Alright, this is my 1995 Sportster 883. For now, anyway, someone's coming to buy it tomorrow. So, it's got about 27,000 miles on it. And the last time it's had a primary change, fluid change, was at 22,000 miles. So, I'm going to go ahead and change the primary fluid out on it. And I'll show you how to do that. So, assuming that you just did an oil change and you're just doing the primary change, primary fluid change, you don't really need to warm it up. It all kind of sits in the bottom here, pulls at the bottom. So this is your derby cover. This houses your clutch, pressure plate and everything. This is the fill port and the inspection for your primary chain. That's your primary chain right there. So it's probably better if you have like an ATV jack or have a buddy to hold this straight up and down for you. I have neither, so I just kind of leaned it up against my Forester there and got the kickstand out of the way, because this, right where your derby cover is, under there, that is your drain for your primary, right there. I think that's a 7/8. But I'm white trash and I'm using a crescent wrench. So don't mistake it for this, because this is actually how you set the tension for your primary chain. This is what sets the tension right here. This is a 1/4 inch Allen, and this is a 7/8 nut, and then you adjust it and then tighten it with 7/8 right there. Okay. To get this cover off, it's that cover right there. It's 2 5/32 Allen bolts. They don't need to be on there super tight when you put them back on, by the way. It's, you know, hand tight. Don't be putting 700 foot-pounds on something that needs 7 inch-pounds. So we're going to loosen this. It'll drain out of there. My bike's pretty low because it's on hardtail struts, and my oil pan won't actually, or oil drain pan won't fit under there, so I cut up an old oil bottle, and that's what we're going to use. So just loosen this up. Try not to knock over your bike in the process. I'll take that off and then I'll come back. All right, so I broke it loose. Probably use the wrench that you're supposed to use. Don't use a crescent unless you want to. I'm not your dad, but you know, you might round this off, and that's going to be a bad day if you do that. So at your own risk, I guess. Feels like this thing's never been off here, but it has, because I changed the primary fluid last time. So there we go. By the way, you might have this little, I don't even know, bump stop, I guess, that goes right there. It's kind of going to be in the way. All you got to do is just pull it off. All right. So got that drained and got the plug back on there. So just gonna tighten that back up. I'm not gonna make you sit here and watch me do this, but tighten that back up. All right, got that button back up. Got my little bump stop on there. I wanted to make a note. This is magnetic, the tip of this is. So when you pull this out, you're gonna see a bunch of metal flakes and stuff that looks like black and probably kind of creamy looking. That is clutch material. It's supposed to be there. Don't freak out about it if this is your first time doing that. It's really not a big deal. The reason it's there is to collect all that stuff so it doesn't get recirculated and then ruin your inner primary bearing or anything else like that. So this takes 1 quart of 20W50. Make sure that you buy something that says for wet clutches. I recommend Lucas because is what I use, but the Mobile One V-Twin or whatever it is, that stuff's good too. It's just more expensive, and but it's better if you're going to let it go for 10,000 miles than buy that. If you're only going to let it go 5,000 or 6,000 miles like I do, then you can buy this and you're not really going to have any issues. This is what I always use. It works for me. So fill that up with 1 quart. Well, I don't know how much you can see. You're leaning up against a oil drain pan right now. I don't have a funnel that'll fit in there, so more cut up pieces of oil bottles. Make sure that you spill it everywhere, because that's how we like to do.
2,000 years later.
Alright, that's good. Alright, well, you know, probably should have checked, make sure this was tight before you put the oil in it. But you didn't, so make sure that's tight. Alright, that's basically it. So you stick your little cover back on there and put those two 5/32 Allen head bolts back in there. Tighten them, you know, to 7 million foot-pounds, because you need to really round it out if it's going to be tight. And then go ride, I guess.